A practical application, innovative electrical services. Karel started by transforming IES into an asset of value by developing a standard sales process with sales activity targets. Thereafter, Karel designed a recruitment and selection process with which he recruited 2 salesmen. But Karel understands that to remain competitive, IES must invest in the training and development of its people. In fact, earlier when Karel considered the value proposition, refer Part 1 Step 2, he selected developing intellectual property and building a customer base as the 2 main value drivers for creating shareholder value. Karel now has to craft a strategy for developing intellectual property within the business. Roles. Earlier, when Karel redesigned the business model, refer Part 1 Step 3C, he considered what resources the business requires. After identifying all the key activities made up of core and ancillary processes, Karel mapped out each process consisting of tasks. This enabled Karel to identify the skills required to complete each task and to estimate the duration of each task. Thereafter, Karel identified and described roles to which he assigned tasks. Karel was then able to understand the combination of skills required to successfully fulfill each role. A skills audit. The most logical starting point is for Karel to conduct a skills audit to understand what skills already exist in the business. Earlier, Karel decided to reorganize the current staff complement of IES as follows. Retain the office manager and office worker as before. Amend the title and function of the electricians to team leaders and retain the 8 technicians as before. Karel also decided to recruit 2 salespersons in order to enhance the sales capacity of the business. Karel conducts a skills audit to ascertain what skills are currently in the business. What qualifications do individual employees have? What accreditations do individual employees have? To which professional or regulatory bodies do employees belong? What skills do individual employees have? What gaps currently exist in skills amongst employees? A training manual. Karel's vision for IES is that the business will provide a combination of solar energy, wind energy, and water buffering solutions. At present, the technical staff comprising of 2 team leaders and 8 technicians have comprehensive skills related to solar energy solutions, but no skills related to wind or water buffering solutions. Karel decides to write a training manual that will serve as the basis for training and development. This is a big job. Karel decides to first set out an outline for the training manual consisting of the following: technical information about the business's products and services, procurement and logistics processes, installation processes, maintenance processes, sales processes, finance and accounting processes, recruitment and selection processes, human resources processes, and legal compliance processes. In addition, Karel includes the following: description of roles for employees in the business with their respective responsibilities and levels of authority, performance standards, criteria for signing up suppliers and service providers, criteria for signing up customers. Lastly, the training manual can be used to communicate the business's vision and its mission together with the values that the business owner aspires to uphold. So Karel includes these three also. For the first phase of the rollout, Karel decides to concentrate on the following: technical information about solar products only, procurement of solar-related products, solar installation and maintenance, sales processes related to solar products only, finance and accounting processes, recruitment processes, and performance standards. As the transformation of IES unfolds, Karel will add further aspects to the training manual. A training and development program. Karel understands that the rollout of the training and development program must coincide with the overall transformation of IES. With this understanding, Karel decides that the priority now is to provide training related to solar products and services to the 2 salesmen recently recruited. It is essential that the sales team understand the products and how to assess the customer need. In addition, Karel decides to create a standard process for generating product quotations in order to assist the sales team. The next priority will be to address the skills gaps earlier identified amongst the current employees. Training resources. Karel is confident that his current understanding of solar products presently suffices to train the 2 salesmen and to address the current skills gaps in the business. However, Karel intends to contact his current suppliers to investigate the availability of training resources. In conclusion, Karel has taken the first steps to developing intellectual property within the business. However, his people need tools. How will IES secure access to the assets it needs to produce its product or deliver its services? That is the topic of the next chapter.